quality title race of all time, but coming out on top again in the Premier League, Manchester City.
Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly. You're very welcome back to another episode of The Verdict. I hope you're having a good day. It's been a crazy weekend of Premier League football, it's fair to say. Week 3 certainly has not disappointed. It's been a good week for my team Chelsea personally. But yeah, a lot of pretty mad results. So without further ado, let's just stop the talking and get into it. Starting off with today then, and Man City beat Bournemouth by 3 goals to 1. Sergio Aguero gave Man City the lead before Raheem Sterling made it 2. A brilliant Harry Wilson free kick pulled it back to 2-1 before half time, before a second half Aguero second made the game safe for Manchester City. Not a really shock result, to be honest. It would have had to be an exceptional performance for Bournemouth to get anything out of this game, but as Eddie Howe's Bournemouth have done over the last couple of seasons, they showed great heart, great desire, but were ultimately just, they just came up short, as you would expect. Also today there was a 1-1 draw between Wolves and Burnley. Ashley Barnes gave Burnley the lead in the 13th minute before a 97th minute penalty got the equaliser. It was Raul Jimenez who got the goal, and another point at home for Wolves. In the late game this evening, Newcastle beat Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium by a goal to 0. It was Joe Linton getting a very important goal for him personally and for Steve Bruce as well. But wow, no one saw this one coming. 3 of the supposed top 6 were defeated this weekend, and nobody would have, and me included, never gave Newcastle a prayer in this game. There's been so much negativity around the club throughout the summer and at the start of this season as well, when you think of their 3-0 defeat to Norwich last week. And wow, Steve Bruce needed this, but it was a brilliant finish, brilliant first touch and then finish by Joe Linton, the difference. And he was pretty much a defender from there on in. A very hard working, workmanlike performance from Newcastle. And now, as I'll explain with further results, Tottenham have the same record as Chelsea. So for all you saying Chelsea had a bad start to the season, I don't know what I'm saying. I said the exact same thing, didn't I? I said the exact same thing. On Friday night, Aston Villa got their first win back in the Premier League thanks to goals from new signing Wesley. He got off the mark very early on in the first half, and then it was Anwar El Ghazi who made the game safe very late on, indeed the 95th minute. And it's, delighted to see Aston Villa get their first points back in the league. They had a tough start in their first 2 games, but yeah, good to see them get off the mark, it's fair to say. To round up some of the other games from Saturday, Southampton beat Brighton by 2 goals to 0 to get their first win of the season. Leicester continued their very good form and very good start to the season by beating Sheffield United by 2 goals to 1. Good result that, considering Sheffield United would have been on an absolute high after their win last week. And West Ham beat Watford by 3 goals to 1. Watford remain bottom of the table now, the only team without a point so far. Also in the 3 o'clock kickoffs, Manchester United were beaten by Crystal Palace. The very first time Crystal Palace have managed to do this in the Premier League. An incredible result for them, and without a doubt one of the more surprising and unexpected results from the weekend. It was Jordan Ayew who gave them the lead with a decent finish around the half hour mark. Manchester United equalised very late on as well in the 89th minute thanks to a really tidy finish from Daniel James, and he's looking a decent player so far. But it's as they say, it isn't over till the fat lady sings, and yeah, it's what a finish to the game. Patrick Van Aanholt in the 95th, was it 95th? Yeah, no, 93rd minute, earning Crystal Palace a huge win, and such an important one for Hodgson after their disappointing performance at Bramall Lane last week. But again, questions asked of David De Gea. It was questionable goalkeeping from him, beaten at his near post. He got a solid hand to it. He's had a really tough couple of months. He's made a lot of mistakes. A lot of people are putting it down to the prolonged contract talks between himself and the club and how they're not sorting themselves out at the minute. The people are saying that that's weighing on his mind, but this was just poor, and he's still being considered the best keeper in the world. He's far from that at the minute. As form-wise, he has been shocking, but Crystal Palace will take it. I mean, I would say great finish by Van Aanholt, but all he had to do was get it on target in the end. But yeah, a pretty massive result, and there was also a big result in the late game on Saturday. It was a 3-1 win for Liverpool against Arsenal. It's usually a classic, this one, and it didn't disappoint here. Once again, it was a powerful Joel Matip header which gave Liverpool the lead. And to be honest, it was a lead well deserved. They pretty much dominated the first half. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had one really good chance which he probably should have taken. Adrian was a little bit reckless coming off his line. He could have lobbed him. It wasn't a particularly easy chance, but a player of Aubameyang's quality, you probably would have expected him to do better. But in the second half, it's fair to say Liverpool were far more ruthless. David Luiz fouled Salah in the box to award Liverpool a penalty, and an emphatic penalty from Mo Salah to give Liverpool a 2-goal lead. And he wasn't done ruining David Luiz's day there, because in the 58th minute, just coming up to the hour mark, he produced a beautiful goal to make it 3-0 to Liverpool. Fabinho passes it, he drops the shoulder, sends David Luiz to the shops, and then it was all about the dribbling and composure to finish it off from Mo Salah. It was a truly wonderful goal from a phenomenal player. Like, what a fucking player this guy is, and he's continuing to live up to his price tag. But an incredible goal to make it 3-0. Arsenal did pull one back in the 85th minute thanks to Lucas Torreira, substitute Lucas Torreira that is. And Arsenal defensively were pretty shaky last night, it's fair to say. But Liverpool were phenomenal. I think this game kind of shows, and it did show, the gulf in class between those fighting for the title and those fighting for top four. Man City and Liverpool are both relentless. Spurs, after their defeat today, you're still questioning what bracket are they in. They're kind of leaning more towards a team fighting for top four at the minute. Last season, up until kind of January, February time, Spurs were still, being strongly considered for the title, but it's been a lack of consistency from them sides fighting for the top four at the minute, and they've got to be worried about the likes of Everton. Maybe not Everton, they lost to fucking Villa, but you know what I mean, like Wolves, Leicester, these type of teams. They've got to start being quite wary of these types of teams. But yeah, as I say, massive gulf in class. Liverpool top of the table, and now the only team still with a 100% records. 3 wins out of 3, the only team so far to do that in the Premier League. So as I do with most videos, we're going to finish off the video with Chelsea. Frank Lampard finally has his first win as Chelsea manager, and fittingly his last ever game for Chelsea was against Norwich City, and his first win as Chelsea manager is against Norwich City. A 3-2 win, an entertaining game. It was really hard to watch as a Chelsea fan because you don't know, like, we were very, very good going forward, but defensively we were just bad. Like Kurt Zuma and Andres Christensen, I don't have the most faith in that defensive duo, but we'll get into the goals then. It was a very quick start. Tammy Abraham, he has received a lot of criticism recently about his lack of goals and lack of contribution to the team, and considering the amount of faith Lampard put into him, fans have been expecting a lot more of him. But he silenced all the haters with a fucking brilliant finish, it's fair to say. Azpilicueta crosses from the right hand side, little half volley on the turn to give Chelsea the lead very early on. That lead didn't last too long though. It was not good defending at all to let Todd Cantwell in to equalise. Teemu Pukki with some nice build-up play for Norwich in the build-up to that goal. It wasn't long then before Chelsea were back in front thanks to a very good finish from Mason Mount, his second goal in as many games. And to be honest, he was the heart and soul of this Chelsea team in this game. But then, as it was, it's kind of the old saying goes, you're at your most vulnerable when you just scored, and Chelsea proved that again, twice in the one game, when Teemu Pukki made it 5 goals already for Norwich City in the Premier League, meaning he actually has more than Alexis Sanchez has at Manchester United, which is just baffling, to be honest. It's incredible. But Yeah, he equalised, and that was it at half time. And then Tammy Abraham made it 3-2 to Chelsea in the second half, and that is how it's finished. And relief, I think it's fair to say. But looking at it now, we have 4 points, and there's a lot of teams now that have 4 points. Manchester United are in 5th. They have 4 points, and they're the highest team up with that because of their goal difference. Obviously, the first win over Chelsea would have helped that. But then you're looking at Man United, Burnley, Tottenham, Brighton, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Everton, Chelsea, West Ham, all on 4 points. So it's incredibly tight so far. We have Sheffield United next week, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we can make it 2 wins out of 2, and hopefully go on a good run, because there was times yesterday when I was watching us and we were very good going forward. I will start. We were very good. Mason Mount is a quality player, and he's only going to get better. He looked very good in the number 10. Tammy Abraham was excellent yesterday. 2 very good finishes, won us the game, and also his link-up play, which I questioned a little bit so far, was excellent yesterday. He was little touches, but he was dropping deep to get balls into his feet. He was pressing from the front. Very impressive. Them 2 in particular were very good, but there was a lot of negatives defensively, which we've got to establish very shortly. Obviously Tony Rudiger has to come back, and that I do think is the leader we're looking for. I don't think we're lacking. I do think we are lacking a leader in that back 4 at the minute, and that is the issue that we're being faced with. But as soon as Tony Rudiger come back, I'm hoping that changes. But yeah, also we've got a lot of injuries as well. You look at Hudson-Odoi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, there's Kante was injured at the weekend as well. So there's a lot of players still to come back and be fully fit. So hopefully onwards and upwards from here. But yeah, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below of the weekend's games. Now, would you guys prefer it if the verdict is... I'm not saying all focused on Chelsea, but I focus more in on Chelsea, talk more about them, and then maybe do like a quick roundup of the rest of the weekend's games, at the end of that. But I do feel like when I'm talking about Chelsea, I get a better video of it, and I can, contribute more because it's Chelsea and because I care more about this team than anybody else in the league. I feel like it could be an improvement for the series if I just talked mainly on Chelsea and their game from the weekend, and then do a quick little roundup of the rest of the games from the weekend as well. So yeah, that is that. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new with notifications on, and I will catch you later.